Hi class, for this topic, we're going to take a look at, one of the processes to attempt to solve differential equations, given that you're having a initial condition, and then also that the differential equation has solutions that are not in terms of elementary functions. So messy problems like the homework assignment that didn't actually have an integral in closed form. Now, to lead into Euler's method, I want to review a problem that we've done in the past. So the basic idea is that as you're solving differential equations, you're gonna actually have problems where you're able to actually find the exact solution, no problem. You can express it in elementary functions. And the other problems are the ones that you cannot actually find it in closed form. So therefore, you're able to find, intervals where your solution may exist based on series or based on other methods to create a function. So all of this, all of the topics that I'm going to talk in here actually lead into differential equations and the different methods that we use there to estimate a solution. Sometimes you cannot find a solution. You can only find like an interval. So you would be able to determine that your solution only exists in this interval based on the information that it's given. So some problems you may only end up with a possible solution in this interval based on the information that you're given. Okay, so let's review a problem before we jump into Euler's method. And here's the general idea that we've done on differential equations. So you're given a differential equation, and one of the processes that they wanted us to do was to find the general solution. So in this case, you technically have y prime, which is equal to the values of 2x. To find y, we would have said, well, the integral of y prime dy, it's separable, is equal to the integral of 2x dx. So your y is equal to 2x squared divided by 2 plus c. So remember that, all of these problems contain a constant because some equation we actually took a derivative. So the general solution for this one it's going to be y is equal to x squared plus the constant c. And since we're not given any other information, we would say that, that's pretty much it. We can only find a general solution that happens to exist if your original problem has a domain that has been restricted. Then we would have mentioned that, it only works within this interval. No restrictions on the differential equation. That's actually our solution for the general solution. And then back when we talked about differential equations, we talked about solution fields. And here's the idea. So if you can solve the problem, you can simply graph a bunch of these actual, in this case, parabolas, which will be solutions for the problem. And then you could find the specific solution given a coordinate point. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to provide 3. And technically the first one, I'm just going to say that this is c is equal to 0. So that would be a parabola on the origin. If we put in 1, oh shoot, it's not passing through the origin. So that would be 0. I'm just going to say this is 1. So this is c is equal to 1. And then another one, obviously not to scale. This is c is equal to -1. And then you can continue on and on and on. But this would be a, they only want 3, and we only provide 3 if they're asking. These would be 3 distinct solutions. And remember that these solutions are actually part of the solution set, since the general solution, and let me just write it here, general solution, and we only know that your y is equal to x squared plus the constant c. So that was the general solution, and we don't have any information up to this problem to find the specific c. So if they want a sketch of the vector field solutions, or if I give you one of these on the final, it would be very basic, one of the elementary functions. Polynomial works actually best. and then you're just providing different sketch. Obviously, we don't have a great scale, but that would be the solution. And most of these problems we use software to solve because of the messy calculations or the numerical approximation that we're actually doing. Okay, so let's take a look at problem C, and they want us to actually solve the problem using that initial condition. So technically we have that y happens to be well, x squared plus c, using technically y of 0 is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So you would have 0 is equal to 0 squared plus c. So 0 is equal to c. So in this case, the particular solution, or the solution to this system, is, well, y is equal to x squared using y of 0 is equal to 0. And what this represents, I just made it so that it represents one of the solutions that we done in the past. So in this case, that would be this particular one. So this one is your solution if the given condition happens to be, or if a coordinate point given is, well, technically 0, 0, or the origin. So all of these problems we talked about back in when we started the differential equation section. So nothing's new here. If I ask you one of these three, one of the vector field solutions, three anywhere on the plane, and as long as the graph matches. Now, what's actually a little bit new here is what we're going to do in part D. Now, in part D, this is the idea once you're going into problems that you cannot solve using elementary functions. And one of the aspects that you can do is an estimate on the actual slope of the tangent line given coordinate points or given an initial coordinate point. And here's how it goes. Now, the reason I'm saying estimates, it's because, well, your differential equation may be expressed with sines, tangents, or some other function that as you plug it in, you're not going to get an exact value, which is going to be, well, like an integer. So that's why I'm just saying estimates. And let me explain what we're going to do here. So one way to do an estimate using y prime. So let me start with the origin. So for x is equal to 0, if you're going to estimate the m tangent, so in this case, m tangent is equal to y prime, well, you would say that 2 times 0 is equal to 0, which means that at x is equal to 0, the slope of the tangent line is 0. So that means that at this point, if we look at a small, if we look at a small interval, you would actually be able to find that the slope of the tangent line happens to be 0. And I'm just putting an arrow there. That's just to indicate, well, if the tangent line is positive or negative. So we use a notation like vectors. So at this point, let me just write it out. At x is equal to 0, m tangent is equal to y prime, which is equal to 0. So we know that within the vicinity of x is equal to 0, you have a 0 tangent, which actually represents, technically here, at that point, the tangent line is, in fact, 0. And then that's actually for the first value there. Let me get the positive value. So at x is equal to 2, you can estimate that m tangent is equal to y prime, and I'm just plugging them into the original problem once you isolate the y prime. So this is equal to 2 times 2, which is 4. So we know that at x is equal to 2, the slope of the tangent line is 4. So at x is equal to 2, m tangent is equal to y prime, which happens to be 4. Now, on some of these, you need the coordinate point that's actually passing through. But what we found here is, without actually going into the y's, is, so this is 1, this is 2, it's the m tangent here. So m tangent at x is equal to the values of technically 2. We found that y prime is equal to 4. So that means that the slope of the tangent line here at this point, it's going to be approximately 4. So on this one, we don't have enough information, but we would have said that at the values of 2, so this is 1, 2, and then on the original one, it was just x squared. So it'll be here. So around this point, you have a, should I make this mess? So this represents at x is equal to 2. So m tangent is equal to 4. And you can write it as approximately, because some of these you need to have the x and the y. They're not giving us the x and the y. I just wanted to illustrate the vector field, well, the slope fields actually, for some of these problems before we jump into Euler's method, which is technically estimating coordinate points of the given function. Then the next one is going to be at x is equal to -2. So m tangent is going to be y prime, which is equal to 2 times -2, or -4. So at x is equal to -2, m tangent it's going to be y prime, which is equal to -4. Now, some of these, they may not ask us to graph it. They just want us to find the estimate at what it happens to be. So what I'm boxing in, what the slope happens to be, will be your answer. So in this case, this is -2. Around here, the slope is -4. So this is technically m tangent, which happens to be -4. And well, if you're able to find, or if you're able to find coordinate points or enough information, you could actually come up with a sketch of the function. For these problems, if it was a real life solution or problem, we would be using technology. Now, the actual solution, it's this one. Obviously not great by hand, but this is y is equal to x squared, which happens to be the solution to this problem. And then I'm only saying an estimate because you technically have to have the y's. And remember that on the general solution, we don't know what c is. So what I'm doing here is technically your solution. So this one, I may not ask you to graph it. This is your solution. So given that you have a differential equation, you can estimate the value of the slope at a given point without even solving. So this leads into methods to solve differential equations, but for most of these problems, we would be using technology. I'll leave it like this. If I do ask for a sketch, you're basically plugging it in, or it adjusts the slopes where they're at. And it'll be, if you see one of these problems on the final, it'll be very similar to this one. Like I said, on this last problem, I may not ask for this sketch, since you technically have to have the coordinate points. So for any other C, you're still going to get that value, but it's just going to be an estimate. Okay, so that's it for this one.